What's going on, people? Welcome back to AFTV. As you can see, we're inside the G-Tech Community Stadium to preview a kickabout with the lads this Saturday, a 5:30 p.m. kickoff, Brentford versus Arsenal. And joining me to do this is the Don himself, Mr. Robbie Lyle. Let's get into this.
Hi, and welcome along to our match preview of the big game this week. It is Brentford versus Arsenal. We're here at the G-Tech Stadium, and this video is brought to you today by BoohooMan. You can see I've got my BoohooMan jacket here. My man's rocking his red and white BoohooMan there.
Do you know what Turkish said to me, Robbie? He said, you look like you should be dancing for diversion. I said, diversion? I said, do you mean diversity? But I love this, man. Love a red, represent Arsenal in the red BoohooMan.
Definitely, but listen, if you want to get any of the BoohooMan gear, they've got a very big Black Friday sale going on right now where you can get up to 90% off any of their clothing. 90%, up to 90% off. And guess what? You get a further 10% off if you use the code AFTV10. That's a further 10% off. Now, you know, we was thinking, let's jump on that. That means it's free, right? 90% plus a further 10% off with AFTV 10. But I was reminded by my daughter, who's brilliant at maths, that that's 10% off of what is left, right? So it won't be completely free, but trust me, it's an unbelievable sale. Get on it right now. Click the link in the description and in the description. Do that right now, and you can use the code AFTV10 to get a further 10% off their Black Friday sale. Big up to all the guys from BoohooMan. But we're here at the G-Tech Stadium. It's looking really, really nice. The ground's on there, cutting the grass for the game on Saturday, 5:30 kickoff. It's going to be rowdy in there. It's going to be, you know, a night game. So the atmosphere is going to be brilliant. Arsenal fans will be over in that corner over there. We'll be there, Cecil.
We'll be there.
Looking forward to the game. And
the boys are back, Rob. Arsenal are back.
The boys are back.
Club football is back, and that's we've been all looking forward to it. You know, international break. A lot of us. Listen, I enjoy international break, but not as much as I love watching my team play. And obviously coming back against Brentford, I'm quite confident. I just saw Marcus Gale actually outside here, and he was giving it the big chat. He goes, "What?" He goes, "Oh, you lot are gonna get shown a lesson on Saturday." I said, "What? You confident?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm confident." I said, "Boy," I said, apart from that 2-0 when we come here the COVID season and we got bad, from then. We haven't lost to these lots. So
we haven't lost to
listen,
them.
I'm very much so confident for this game. I've seen looked at their last results as well. This has been up and down. I think they've won 4 games, they've lost 4 games, they've drawn 4 games. So they had a bit of a indifferent season. I think they're the same as Chelsea. They're kind of like middle of the table, but I'm very confident.
Did beat Chelsea though.
They did beat Chelsea.
They did beat Chelsea, something that we did fail to do. And they have had, over the last few games, they have had a bit of a resurgence, you know what I mean? And, you know, they are a really difficult side to play. Now, we came here in the League Cup, and we beat them in that game with a much changed team, and they did go very strong in that game. 100%. Remember, but we did beat them in that game. And then last season, one of our most impressive away performances of the season did take place here at Brentford when we beat them 3-0. That was a very, very good win.
One of the only teams to do that, by the way, last season. Beat them
because they got especially against the big team. So it's going to be a tough game, and we all know that Brentford are a team that. They play in a particular style. They are very, very direct. Yep. They are physical. They are excellent on the transition, and they've got many different ways of trying to hurt a team. They're not your. You know what? I described them as a typical Premier League team in that they can find a way to beat you. Right? They can say, right, we're playing Arsenal this week, so what we're going to do, we're going to go really direct. They may play another team where they say, right, we're going to pass it a bit more. They're that sort of versatile team, but I expect them this weekend to be very physical, to be very direct. I remember the second half of that game when we played them in the League Cup, they were extremely direct. Literally every time they won a throw-in, it was a long throw coming into the box, and we had to deal with that. But like you said, we coped with it very well.
Yeah, we dealt with their physicality, and it's funny because I saw Jurgen Klopp speak about Brentford, and he said they're a super difficult side to beat. But I was thinking, they just beaten them 3-0. Liverpool just beaten 3-0. I was thinking, that was a bit of lip service there. But I'm very confident in this game. And you're right, they play a certain way where they try and grind out a win. But I feel like they have a lot of frailties when it goes down the flanks. I think Saka and Martinelli will have a field day in this game. I think they've actually got a few injuries and suspensions as well in the fullback position. So they're going to be weak there. We can expose that. They are very direct in their set pieces and their throw-ins. That is true. I watched the game against West Ham when Kudus scored an amazing goal. But they done really well from set pieces and corners and crosses. And I don't think that'll catch us out, but it's definitely something to be wary of.
Well, we have to be wary of it. And, you can watch the starting 11 show and see what we've predicted or what we'd like to see in that game. But I think you've got to be ready for those threats because they're coming. They're coming and they're going to be roared on by a raucous crowd here. But Arsenal, listen, one good thing about Arsenal is that a lot of players seeming to be returning from injury now.
Right.
One of those is Gabriel Jesus. The other one, Martin Odegaard, who could be back for this game as well. Two really, really important players. Gabriel Jesus played 90 minutes for Brazil during the week. So I'm not sure if he'll start the game. But it's great to have him back in the fold, isn't it?
100%. I think having Gabriel Jesus return is brilliant. Like you mentioned, 90 minutes. I know they didn't get a result for his country that he wanted, but still, knowing that he's available, it is a good thing for Arsenal, whether he starts coming off the bench. Also, Martin Odegaard was pictured training this week as well. So I'm hoping he starts. Obviously, people would always go Martin Odegaard or Fabio Vieira. Fabio Vieira's always been good here at the GTEC Community Stadium, but he is obviously suspended due to the red card.
Got that stupid red card in the last game.
Exactly.
And this is a consequence of that.
Well, there you go. So I expect Martin Odegaard to figure on Saturday and hopefully so if he has captain's performance. And you mentioned the players that are returning. I do want to go through at this stage, I suppose, the injuries and suspensions that we have there. Ben White, obviously, he's available, but he had an injury, but he should be back. Thomas Partey, still unknown when he's going to return, but they said towards the end of the year. So he's injured. Emile Smith-Rowe with a knee injury, still don't know when he's going to be back. Urin Timber, again, we don't know when he's going to be back. We mentioned Fabio Vieira. For Brentford, now injuries are riddled throughout many teams. They've got Josh Da Silva out, obviously, and he's got a hamstring injury. Damsgaard, Lewis Potter, Collins, Skade, Aaron Hickey, Rico Henry, and obviously Ivan Toney suspended as well. So they've got a lot of people out as well. Yeah. So
the big one, of course, Ivan Toney, but they've coped well without him this season.
Massively.
The other big one's Rico Henry. He's a very, very good player. I think a very underrated player. He also, I think he got his ACL as well, wasn't he? He's a long-term injury. Really unfortunate for him because I think he's good enough to play for England. I really do. Yeah. I think he's a top player. So, like you said, maybe the place to try and hurt them is down the flanks. Now, what we've done, we've teamed up with BoohooMan to bring you the player to watch on both teams. Now, for me, I'm going to go with my BoohooMan player to watch, Saka. He's the player to watch in this game for me. You know what I mean? I thought he did well when he came on for England the other night. Well, he started the game for England the other night. He looked lively in that game, even though, England didn't win it. And
well, would you say he's the best winger right now so far this season?
You saw my team of the season the other day.
You caused a frenzy online, Rob.
It was glorious. It was glorious.
Where's Salah? Where's Salah? The bias. Oh my God, Rob, you know nothing. Deluded. Where's Salah? But
hey, hold on a minute. That was my team, yeah?
Tell him.
Right? My team. I do what I want in my team, yeah? And Saka is in my team because he's a star boy, right? And I think that Saka can have a great impact on Saturday. He, like you said, he's going to be on the flanks.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Saka and Martinelli going to have a real big part to play. I noticed it's a very tight pitch. Not as big a pitch as a lot of the other Premier League pitches in this league. But I think Saka here could really have a big impact on this game.
I agree.
On Saturday. I think he's starting to get back to his really top level. And listen, despite what some people might have been saying online when they saw my team of the season, he's done well this season. Go and look at how many goals he scored and how many assists he's had.
His assists, by the way, he's the second top assister so far this season. I believe it's 8 under James Ward-Prowse, who has 9. So people,
his goal involvements this season have been insane. So Saka,
45 in all competitions.
Saka for me is a BoohooMan to watch from the Arsenal team. For Brentford,
Neil Maupay.
Do you know what he scored the other day, though?
He did?
He did. He scored the other day, Maupay. But my BoohooMan to watch is going to be Mbeumo. I think this guy is a very, very good player. He's stepped in brilliantly in the absence of Ivan Toney, sort of taken on the mantle. Yes. He's a threat. If you don't look after this guy, he can get away, he can score goals, he can create assists, he's fast, he's direct, and he's got a fair bit of skill as well, you know what I mean? And decent in one-on-one situations, and he will be carrying the real threat. Him and Wissa, they'll be carrying the threat for Brentford, and I think Arsenal are going to have to really make sure they look after him, because if not, we'll have problems there. So definitely Bryan Mbeumo.
Yeah, because you're right, because you spoke about teams try and bully us. He's one of those players that are very physical. Yes, he's one-on-ones, he's really good as well. He's got 6 goals and 2 assists this season. And I think you're right, he kind of took the pressure, when Ivan Toney leaving, to kind of step up. Bryan Mbeumo are definitely the BoohooMan player to watch. But just quickly as well, I do want to big up Ethan Pinnock. He played for Jamaica on Tuesday, and they got through to the CONCACAF Nations League semi-finals. So they beat Canada, which is massive for them. And listen, Yardman, so Yardman stay. We've got a big.
And he's by the way, he's been having a great season for Brentford, and he's a serious threat from set pieces.
He scored against West Ham.
I think he scored against West Ham. Didn't he score against Chelsea as well?
I think so.
He scored against Chelsea. He's a dangerous player. We're going to have to watch him, and very good from defending set pieces as well. So you're right to mention Pinnock. He's definitely going to be a player as well that will offer a serious threat. And Brentford are a good side, and they've got a good manager. And I said, this is one of these clubs that when you come to, like, everybody's behind what they're trying to do here. You know what I mean? So remember the size of the club. It's not a very big club, but what they've done to come through the leagues and to get here to the Premier League, and for me, establish themselves as a Premier League club. And also, what's been very impressive is how they've coped without their best player in Ivan Toney. I mean, it's been very, very impressive.
I've got a lot of respect for you that you're giving Brentford a lot of respect. But I want to also do the other side and remember that, we're Arsenal Football Club. There's a big game happening this weekend with City and Liverpool. This is a big opportunity for Arsenal to kick on and really, solidify, their title charge. And we've got to remember who we are as well. And like I mentioned at the top of the show, like from that 2-0 back in COVID, since then, we've come here and made it look easy. As much as many other teams have struggled, the big 6, we've done our job and done it right. And I feel like we need to make sure we remember that, and Arsenal come here and get the job done, because their home record as well, I think they've only lost 1 in their last 10 here. But when it's us, we normally defeat them.
And the thing is about it, we want to get this sort of period off to a good start now. Remember, there's no more international breaks until the new year. We've got a lot of games now from now until Christmas. And the next 3 games, when you look at it, which is this game here away at Brentford, playing at home to Wolves, who've been playing very well, beat Tottenham the other day, of course, and also away to Luton. Arsenal really want to get good points on the board in those 3 games.
These are the ones that count.
Yeah, because after that, it's a tough run of games, a very tough run of games. You know what I mean? Away at Villa, right? Got to go away to Liverpool. Brighton at home, where we've had a poor record. So really good that we come back, hit the ground running after this international break. It's really tight at the top. And like you said, the top 2 playing. It's a real chance for Arsenal to really assert themselves. So really, really looking forward to the game.
Score prediction?
It's going to be taking place here at the G-Tech Stadium. And my score prediction for the game, I'm going to go 2-0. I'm going to go 2-0 to Arsenal. I fancy us in this game. I think it'll be tough, but I do think we'll get the win. So I'm going 2-0 to Arsenal. Very resilient away from home we are.
This is a tough one, because I was actually going to go, I'm thinking we're going to concede, but I'm going to change that because Ramsdale is in goal for this game.
Looking forward to see Ramsdale here.
I really want to have a clean sheet and a superb performance. That's just what I want to see, and hopefully, it makes, we see him more going forward. I hope he has a really good game, we see him more going forward. So I'm going to go with a clean sheet. I'm going to go 3-0. 3-0 Arsenal.
Okay, that's what we did last year in the Premier League. Let's hope we can get that. It might be a bit tougher than that. I hope you are right. Don't forget, this video brought to you today by BoohooMan, as we said, like stuff like this, like what Cecil's got on there. They've got up to 90% off right now in their Black Friday sale. Make sure you check it out. And you can get a further 10% off by using the code AFTV10. Use that code a further 10% off whatever discount they've done for Black Friday. The link is in the description. Check it out right now. Thanks for watching. We'll be here on the day, speaking to all the fans that are here, so make sure you check that out. We're going to be in the studio as well, of course, doing our watch along to the game and our predicted 11, so make sure you check that out. And after the game, wherever you are in the UK or around the world, you can get involved with Fan Zone. Just download our app, AFTV Plus, and you can join the show and have your say on what you made of the performance. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you on Saturday.